Yes, I've got a box here with the doll in it, but there's a little bit of a backstory that goes with that doll because I am really excited for her. It's like Christmas time for me. So way back in 2016, if you guys have been following us, you know that that's when we saw Smart Doll. But that was not the only doll we saw that day, or type of doll. In fact, via some of the other doll collector groups, I found out about ball jointed dolls. Was a little intimidated. We actually kind of did a lot of discussion about, I wanted to get into these larger format dolls, especially for the sewing and the knitting, because I could see all the details you could add that you just can't get when you're working with a very small scale that I was at the time. But to be honest, the resin kind of intimidated me a little bit. Stories about staining and that they could be fragile and things like that. So that's kind of why we gravitated towards Smart Doll, was because we both liked the aesthetic and the joints and the vinyl. It was material I was familiar with, so it was a little bit more comfortable. But that doesn't mean I haven't still been stalking the BJD groups and doing research and everything else, and finally convinced Corey to let me go ahead and get my first real resin BJD. Some of the research I did, there's actually a YouTube channel, and I'm going to put all these links in the description below because there's going to be probably quite a few of them. Unicas, Pulpies, and Dolls. That's Allison's channel, and she is a longtime doll collector, and what I really like about her channel is she will unbox and review dolls that you may not know exist. I mean, they might not always be your aesthetic, but it's nice to know these dolls are out there. Recently, she did a series of interviews with Katya of EliteDollWorld. And again, if you guys follow us, you know we love you, Katya. We love all of her stuff from her shop, EliteDollWorld. Katya has also gotten into the same kind of doll that this one is. Got the research, knew I wanted the doll, kind of narrowed it down to what doll I wanted. And thank you everybody in the Facebook groups that answered my questions about these dolls, about the different manufacturers and the price points and everything. I knew I didn't want to recast. I wanted to make sure that I went to a legit dealer or seller for the doll. We had been directed to a company called Denver Doll Emporium. They're a shop out in Denver, Colorado. They have a great website, and they do also offer layaway, which I thought was pretty cool. But for the doll we wanted an a la carte doll. We didn't get a full set. And we decided that they were a authorized dealer of the maker of the doll, so that was good. We went on the website, we got to choose what options we wanted. We put our deposit down, and we expected the doll to be available in March. You know, new year, new doll, that would have been something to look forward to. Well, we ended up in October. We had to go on a trip out of state. When we were on the road, we got an email from Denver Doll Emporium saying, we have an extra, we can ship your doll today. Oh my. That had me extremely excited. We were on the road, so it was kind of a, well, we don't want the doll sent to the house because we didn't know when we'd be back. So I emailed them, they were great. We went back and forth, went ahead and paid the doll and had them ship it to my son's house. We get back from our trip, and I think it was like the next day, within 24 hours, I'm like, Corey, I want the doll. I want to go pick up the doll. This is what we have. Now, I do apologize. I haven't taken her out of the box yet. I did kind of open it just to make sure everything was in there. There's no shipper because my son got excited thinking it was something that he had ordered from Amazon, and he opened it. And he didn't give me the shipper box. But this is how she came in that box from Denver Doll Emporium. Yes, I will open the box. What we have here is a doll from FairyLand. They are out of Korea. Her name is Sircca, S-I-R-C-C-A. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. She'll probably have a different name by the time I get her all dressed up and everything. If you're uncomfortable with doll nudity, we'll warn you now. She does have molded on underwear, but she does have some anatomical aspects to her bust. I did pay for the face up. because I'm not ready to do a face up yet. So I wanted her basically put a wig and clothing on her and she's good to go. Here she is, my FairyLand Sircca. Okay. Owner's manual here. Our diagrams of her parts for restringing and how she goes together. I like this part. It actually shows how to get into the head, how to change the hands and feet, and then it shows you range of motion. So you can kind of see how you can pose your doll, and I like that a lot. She is a legitimate doll, so we do have her certificate of authenticity. There's her serial number and she's signed, so we'll keep that. And we have this little piece of foam here protecting her. We've got this little protective piece here. And she has a protective cover over her face paint. Okay guys, there she is. I'm gonna move this box out of the way. I like the fact that these dolls, she did come in that protective foam. I will of course keep that box in the COA, but very little packaging. There's absolutely nothing that I need to worry about putting in the trash. The options we picked for her, I did not pick the sleeping face plate, just the regular face. I did go ahead and get the face up done because I just wanted a doll that I could pull out and use. I'm not ready to do face ups myself. I did pick the larger bust size, and she's an A line, which means she's a little thicker at the bottom. And I picked the cutie legs because I thought they looked the most natural and realistic when she's just standing. I did not get the heeled feet. That's another option she comes with. And she also has an option to get additional hand poses. I just have the default ones. So this is my first basic Minifee. I like the eyebrows. They're very soft. Her ears stick out a little bit more than like Smart Doll, but there's a lot of nice molded detailing and sculpted detailing in her ears. I like that. She does have the glass inset eyes, and I think one of these might have gotten kind of pushed back. They did a natural makeup, so she does have some light blushing, but it looks like she's got kind of a blue-green eye. She does have a joint at the neck, full range of movement. She can look down, tilt, side. So that's really good. She's got a joint here at the shoulder, kind of the usual joint. It rotates around. She's got a two-part, well, three-part arm. She's got this little elbow piece. So she's a little tight, but she can almost touch her nose. And she's got a wrist joint and the hand. So we've got full range of movement there. She's got the torso joint, which I understand, there we go. She's got a little ridge back here, so have to kind of work around that. There's a joint here kind of below the waist. She is still a little tight, but it will move. And then, kind of like the Rainbow High, she's got this little cap piece so that when you move the leg, it won't catch inside. So, and then there's another joint here at the hip, so you can rotate that in. Again, we've got this kind of peanut joint here at the knee, so she can come all the way back. And she's got her ankle. So for the optional hands, she's got actually a magnet inside the hand and a magnet in the wrist. And this will actually make it easier to also dress and undress the doll, because you don't have to worry about the fingers getting caught in the sleeve or in the cuff. And if I understand correctly, the feet, yeah, the feet are the same. You've got a magnet here in that ankle joint, and a magnet at the bottom of the foot. So that's really easy if you wanted to switch out for the high-heeled feet. But that'll also allow you to put on some slim pants. I did kind of want to go a little bit over her quality and my first impressions for the doll. Now, from Denver Doll Emporium, she was a little over $500. That's her price point. She's about 16 inches long. So that's her size. I do like her face up. This is the factory face up. Now, we did notice that the ear does sit back from the head, and after we open the head, we're probably not going to be able to do the magnetic earrings just because the resin is so thick in there with the magnets, and that just clicks back into place. Now, there was something that I did notice, and it had been mentioned before on the doll groups. The newer line of dolls, and this one we did notice, it does have seam lines. Now, for some people this is a make or break situation. To be honest, at the $500 price point, I would have liked to have no seam lines. There's a subtle one, and then it'll be covered by her hair, but there is one that kind of runs from the top of her ear to the cap. She's got one on either side of her neck. That's the one that I really wish wasn't there. You can also see one on her forearms and on her torso. Again, this one right here with the molded on panties, not a big deal, but this one, that means when I do photos and I want her to look a little bit better, I'm gonna have to touch that up to hide that seam line. The thighs look okay, but she does have a seam line that runs down the inside of the leg. And the seam lines to me do not look like they're excess flashing. It actually looks like where the two-part mold for the casting, because the resin dolls are casted, is not meeting up like it should, so that you've got a little bit of offset on every one of those parts. That's something that, like I said, in a doll in this price point, the Resin BJD, I'm not sure if there's anything I can do about that. She's not been body blushed, so if somebody knows, it might be possible to kind of smooth those out like you do with the garage kits with the statuettes. But if she were body blushed, you know, where they put the coloring on there, that would not be an option at all. She is a little tight, but from what I understand with the elastic, over time she may loosen up a little bit. So I'm not too concerned with that right now. She doesn't appear to be too kicky. Now, I have been told that it is possible to balance them on the flat feet. It just takes a little bit of kind of finagling around a little bit here to get the ankle joints. Yeah, she's kind of tight right now. Her legs keep wanting to come back in center. So I may see about getting a stand for her later, just to secure her if I want to display her in an outfit. So that's the doll itself. In addition to the doll, because the dolls do not come with wigs, they do come with eyes, and the eyes are a random choice. We did get some additional items to go with her. As soon as the doll arrived, I got all excited and went straight on Etsy and to the shops. And of course, my first stop had to be EliteDollWorld. Because I knew I wanted her to have something to wear. I also ordered some shoes. Those haven't gotten here yet, but they're on their way. And I ordered a wig, which is in here. And when I ordered the outfit for her, I sent Katya a message, you know, basically, you guys are kind of responsible for her, me buying her, because I love seeing hers, and she has started to do clothing, not just for the smart dolls, but she's also enjoying and having a lot of fun with the Minifees. So we're talking and everything, and she just got really excited, and bless her heart, love you, along with the package, she sent me a huge list of her favorite shops, and I will try to put those in the description for everything. The wig, Now I understand this is a Monique wig, and Monique is actually either stopped doing business or they're still clearancing out. She and I weren't quite sure. I'll check. If they are still taking orders and fulfilling orders for the wigs, I'll go ahead and put the link. And then a couple of pairs of flats. So she's got her hair, she's got her flats. And because the doll originally wasn't expected until March, I thought, well, I'll have plenty of time to make something for her. But now I'm thinking she's kind of like this November, December, so she needed a party dress because the big girls get to have their New Year's party. So I got her this little, it's like a stretch velvet. And it's got the little band at the bottom and the sleeves, and it's kind of, it can be like an off-shoulder thing. So she's got her first outfit to wear, and maybe we'll have to make her some kind of necklace or something to go with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the shoes on her and put on, well, either this wig or the other wig, because I did order another wig. And this one just got here yesterday. And so this one came from Verta Doll. They are out of Burbank, California. I wanted to make sure I got that right. And she's a smaller shop on Etsy. But what I found really interesting is in her bio and information for her store, she's actually a professional puppeteer for stop action animation. So I thought that was pretty cool. And she sent this little package here. We've got like a little sticker. We've got a sticker for her shop. And got a couple of postcards. So, and she does do dolls. She's also had some smart doll wigs as well. It looks to be kind of a small new shop, so I wanted to give her a shout out for that. And I haven't opened this one yet. So we've got paper to protect it. And yes. So we have kind of a, not quite a carrot red, but we have kind of a pumpkin, I guess you would call it. So when I saw it online, the styling of it on the doll reminded me very much of like the Culture Japan on our Erin and our Zumi. So we've got like a little side part here going. So I'm gonna put this all on her and then we'll get to see her. And stick around because I also got a bonus. We went to the flea market this weekend. Yeah. Okay. That was a bit of a challenge. The wig is very finely made, and they did use a very nice fiber. It is a very soft fiber, and it is in scale. But it was a two-man job for us, and you guys know how much we joke about how difficult smart doll wigs are. This took a little bit of work to get on. In our handling of the wig, we did kind of muss her hair up a little bit. So I wanted to show you guys a couple of things that we have in our smart doll arsenal. And one is this. It's actually a baby brush for newborns, so it's very, very, very soft. and that did an excellent job of kind of smoothing out where we had roughed up the wig and smoothing it back down. For the flyaways, we actually have these are little mister bottles for like hairdressers, so it's a very fine mist and just, you know, filtered water in it. So just a little bit of a mist and a little bit of brush through did seem to tame most of the little flyaways in here. And I like the color with her face. I do have this one that still needs to be styled. Again, it's that very fine hair, and this one actually has some streaks, so we might see what she looks like that later on in photography and stuff. But I do like this color combo. And this is our little dress from EliteDollWorld, and it fits very nicely. You know, I could push it up, make it a shorter dress, or pull it down. And her little shoes. So she's gonna be kind of fun to kind of get used to. See how she can pose, see how she works. I do like her hands, the default ones. They've got a nice kind of, reminds me of Renaissance paintings. I like the resting hand shape. She could hold things and I think it would still look okay. She's got little molded nails, so. But this is my first BJD. So she doesn't have a name yet. We'll work on that. So as promised, we've got a little bonus at the end of this video. So Corey and I love our local antique marts and flea markets, and the other day we were just kind of messing around, and in a case I found this, and it's the Barbie Mini Bee, and this was actually, I believe, not sold in the US, but actually sold overseas. So I was really happy to get this, and it was just like in perfect condition. And we have our little like chibi Barbies, and I love this because they actually have clothing on, and they have the little sunglasses. Malibu Barbie has her sunglasses. The 80s crack me up because that's some serious 80s hair. And then on the back we've got like these little trading cards, so each one. But I just thought that was so fun. I'm adding this to my Barbie collection. And it will stay in here. I don't think I'm ever going to take these out, but this is just a lot of fun. This is like the Barbies from my youth. So I've got more Barbies to add to the collection. As you can see, I have been collecting, like, these are the rock candies. These actually came from the same people that gave those god-awful Pops, the Funko. But I really like the rock candy. I wish they would make more. Hey, Funko, make more rock candy. And this one, I think this was there's a Tokidoki one I've got of this one. This was a little capsule thing. So I just thought this was a lot of fun. Just kind of a lot of nostalgia in this little box. And I loved all the little details. I mean, she actually has a ponytail. This is rooted hair in these teeny tiny Barbies. So, yeah, keep your eye out for the flea markets and the antique malls, because this was so cool. And I think I got it for like half.
Stay out of our antique malls.
But I think I got it for like half of what it originally sold for. Because like I said, it was just tucked away in a cabinet somewhere. Probably would have walked past it. But yeah, I got tiny Barbies. So that's my review of Sircca from FairyLand, my Minifee, and my first BJD. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and do click the notification bell because we do upload videos sort of regularly. Do share your comments. If you have a Minifee, please let me know, you know, your thoughts and experiences with her. Like I said, this is my first BJD and this is my first Minifee, so I would love to hear back from the community, the doll collectors, what you think of her. Oh, I didn't realize the other one was up too. She's creaky. You said you'd do the next part next. You only only fed me one line.
I can't handle your impromptu.
I need cue cards. History.
That may not be true. I have buyers. I have a buying disorder.
Since the beginning of the video, everybody just wants me to shut up and open the box. I know this.